here tonight.
And a huge turnout from the supporters of the Leigh Leopards. We reckon 1,800 at least have made the trip to Perpignan, even buying tickets in the away end. If you may remember the stories in the week that Catalan has stopped sales to Leigh because they were buying so many tickets. But a fantastic performance from the Leigh fans. Are they going to get it on the pitch? You feel they've got to start putting a run together if they are to challenge for the playoffs. At the moment, it looks a long way off.
Yeah, it sure does, Stuart. You know, this is now the third of their 5 games on the road. Of course, they managed to get the win over Huddersfield and then the loss last time out to Hull KR. Well, this is a very difficult place to come, no matter where or how you're performing in the season. And for those 1,800 Leopards fans, a huge commitment from them to come over and support their team. They're going to need every one of them to get behind them tonight.
It's interesting, the 2 coaches in the week, for Leigh, Adrian Lamb, saying that this is the most important game of the season for many reasons. And they kicked the second half of the season off, still believing they can reach the playoffs. But for Steve McNamara, no panic. That's what he's saying. We're only halfway through the season.
Yeah, they're only halfway through, that is right. But, you know, the performances of the Catalan Dragons, you know, you mentioned about how they've slipped down the table. And of course, with Leeds Rhinos sitting underneath them, they perhaps got a bit of breathing space with that result over at Hull FC this afternoon. But they conceded 100 points in the last 5 games of the Catalan Dragons, and that's something that they're going to need to rectify pretty quickly.
Yeah, of course, at the end of April, just a few short weeks ago, when they were beaten 30 points to 2, weren't they, by Leigh at the LSV, the Leigh Sports Village. In a way, Leigh felt that that was the moment they could kick on. They had a couple of good performances, a couple of good wins, but they've just been consistently inconsistent this season.
Well, they have, and large of that is because of the players they've had at their disposal, Stuart. You know, there's no coincidence when Asayata, Tomamone, Pape, those names that we all got familiar with last year when Leigh, of course, you know, achieved so much for the club in the Challenge Cup final and that fantastic season for them. But those two, Tomamone and Pape, you know, they do an awful lot of good work through the centre of the field that allows that lethal left edge that I no doubt we'll mention over the course of the next 80 minutes.
I just wonder as well whether it's been a little disjointed because of all the speculation there has been this season about comings and goings at Leigh, but we'll talk more about that as the game goes on. The players making their way out onto the turf at the Stade Gilbert Brutus. They will pay, as will the crowd, their own tribute to the late Rob Burrow, of course, who died recently and already much missed. Leigh, of course, will be the first visitors to Headingley, won't they?
Just tell
next
Tom
week,
Johnson
Leeds against Leigh. Another big day, a big night and a big game on Sky Sports Rugby League, and we will get the chance once more to pay tribute to, quite simply, one of the greatest of the Super League era. But for now, we will pause and we will have a minute's applause in memory of simply one of the best in Perpignan. Another moving tribute to the great Rob Burrow. There has been so many over the past week or so, and it will be an emotional night live on Sky Sports Rugby League next week when Leeds take on Lee. But for now, it's all about Catalan against Lee. Jack Smith is our referee at the Stan Gilbert Brutus, and a big 80 minutes ahead
Russia, you let
for
me know
both.
when you pan to the wide, so we're ready to go.
Interesting decision from Steve McNamara to drop Jordan Abdul. We'll get Kyle Abel's views on that in just a moment. But we're about ready for game 5 out of 6 this weekend. London against Saints to come.
I'll stay.
But now, all eyes on the south of France and the Catalan Dragons against the Lee Leopards. And here we go. All the noise you'll hear in the early stages from those 1,800 Lee fans. And it's going to be important for Lee to get a good start. Adrian Lamb was saying last time they played here, they never really got going and they were punished for it. But it's a big call, isn't it, from Steve McNamara to drop Jordan Abdul.
Yeah, it is. You know, Jordan Abdul's obviously been brought in to do a job, and he's flattered to deceive, really, in that department. And there's a penalty given away here. A strong carry from Tom Amore. And Mickey McLaurin just all over him, not allowing him to get up and play that ball, and a penalty given away inside the opening 40 seconds. That'll be music to Adrian Lamb's ears as his son Lachlan Lamb just tries to put a bit of weight behind that ball and does so.
Come on, Ben, there's 3 rocks there.
You just see there McLaurin taking far too long, Stuart.
I've got to say, 8 out of 10 to Tom Amone. He earned that penalty, he won that penalty, he knew what he was doing as well. He got what he wanted and he got a penalty. Now, what can Lee do? First opportunity maybe with ball in hand. Pape. What a good player he's been. Jack Hughes takes play into the Catalan half of the field. You get the feeling that this is a real opportunity for Lee to show what they're made of.
It's a huge game for both clubs, this one, Stuart. You know, Lee are chasing Huddersfield Giants down and trying to keep that playoff dream alive. And for the Dragons, you know, they need a performance, but there's a chance here.
Yeah, good stuff. Hardacre, nowhere to go, but the signs are good. Myra Hanley, just outside. Ball played inside, it goes again, and Hardacre just couldn't get the ball out. He does eventually, picked up by Hanley. It's on the last. It was a gung-ho kick, wasn't it? It wasn't a bad one. The ball bounces and it's knocked on and it's scored. Now, is that going to be a try? The referee said no try. There could well have been a knock-on. We shall see. Liam Rush will adjudicate, but as far as we're concerned, Jack Smith says no try.
Well, he's having a look for the onside, offside first of all, and just how that ball comes down. It was a huge kick over to that left-hand side, and I think Owen Trout just tries to climb high. And the ball does come down, but it just depends who and where and how it comes down for video referee to decide.
Well, it was an up and under, wasn't it? Old style, but it was, in more ways, it was gung-ho. But what the ball tapped forwards first?
Well, I think initially it's Owen Trout's right hand that pushes the ball forward. He gets another stab at it, but it just depends how they see. They're looking at the offside, that he's all on for me there. The question is how does that ball come down?
It was a kick of hope, wasn't it? Quite simply from Hadley. It looked like they'd made a mess of the ball. Hardacre managed to get the ball out. But did the ball go forward or did it go backwards? The key is that the video referee, Liam Rush, has to see enough to overturn the on-field.
There's this part here, Stuart, when Trout goes up in the air, that angle doesn't show us either. It comes off Farge's hand in the second part. It's whether Kai O'Donnell, he grounds the ball there, there's no doubt about that one. It's just that messy part. Just here.
This is the key element, isn't it? Did it go backwards or did it go forwards? And did the intervention of Theo Farge actually help Lee here? They reckon they've got to try through O'Donnell. We're going to have another look here. Is there enough to overrule on-field decision of no try?
Well, it's a difficult one. I actually think Trout's first involvement when he touches that ball, I think the ball does go forward before Theo Farge puts a hand on it. It looks like there it goes forward. Yeah.
Well, I think it's going to be a no try. I think that's the decision that's going to be made by the video ref, Ian Rush. And it is a no try. He had a long look at it.
He did. It was a difficult one to call. Liam Rush there.
Tackle 5, hand over 10.
But it was Owen Trout who initially knocks that ball forward just before the line. But the shots are fired from Lee. Early warning shots for the Catalan Dragons. Giving away penalties, this Lee side. But boy, can they play.
First, we together, Lee! 10-0 here, wait!
So McLaurin at dummy half. Only his 6th game of the season, Mickey McLaurin.
Move Frankie!
Injury and
Square Zach!
suspension.
Goal 2. Yeah.
Kept him out of the side.
Third, Jack, straight out! Holding it.
Last time we saw Lee, they were nilled, weren't they?
Goal third.
And Hull KR in a real bruising battle. Here is Desiree now.
4, Kai away from the ball!
Made a rare start,
Goal
did
four.
Desiree
Mark
against
Green's good.
St Helens when they were beaten a couple of weeks ago, but had a good game. Jordan Desiree has kept his place.
Goal 5.
Garcia on the last, it's McLaurin.
40, Desiree, Michael! Oh,
Poor
10
kick.
good now.
Straight to Hamley. What a revelation he's been this season, by the way, Amila Hamley.
Move, Jordan!
Yeah, he certainly has, but there's been some good defensive work there from the away side, just restricting
Twirl on your toe, it's usually
the
me
home
getting stood
team
on.
to about 35 metres, and the kick from Theo Farge, he's inside, he's 40, and that's why we're seeing here on play 2, Ricky Latali. Another stalwart in this game.
One thing we can be sure of is that the Catalan kicks will come from the 2 men who are wearing scrub caps, Farge and Rouget. One's got 7 and one's got 17, so we'll be right if we say one or the other. We won't be far off. 4 minutes gone, 0-0, but an encouraging start this is for Lee in the early stages. Pape now at dummy half. Got support if he needs it from O'Brien. Instead he goes to Lamb. Little kick downfield. An easy take in the end for Davis. Disappointing end to a decent set for me.
Well, I disagree with that, Stuart. I think it's a terrific end to the set. They put the ball in that corner and they take Tom Davis straight out of the play. He's quality from backfield. I think he makes the most metres in Catalan Dragons. Theo Farge, sorry. It's Rouget who just explodes the right edge.
I told you. Good stuff from Romano. Good start for both. It looked like they've come to play, doesn't it? Inside it goes for Desiree. On the last, on halfway.
Goal 5. Kick pressure. Mickey in the middle!
Rouget with the kick this time. Hamley watches it and watches it well. Great season he's had. 12 tries already this season from Aya Hamley. Moylan.
Go on.
Interesting that Adrian Lamb has put Moylan at fullback and O'Brien in the halves.
Yeah, I think Matt Moylan's been fantastic in at the full-back role. I watched him a couple of weeks back when over at Huddersfield, and he was brilliant in that game, both in defence and attack. With Gareth O'Brien, well, he returns back after 7 out. So perhaps maybe just Adrian Lamb just looking after those metres in his legs.
Feels in, we're all right for.
Pape, so dangerous from dummy half and almost through.
Go, yeah, good Mickey. 5. 5, Lachlan Lamb.
Lamb with a little kick down the sidelines again, and Artem Moore will just let it roll into touch. They played at a good pace, a good speed this. Catalan will get the ball back, but Lee dominating the early stages. They've got to turn that domination, all the pressure and possession into points then.
Yeah, but I really like their approach to how they've, coming over to Catalan. It is a tough place to come, and I think they've got the game plan bang on so far. Just really going after the middle of the Catalan Dragons, but then when with the ball, just patiently rolling it into corners and just asking the Dragons to come all the way up the other end of the field to get anything. Look at the work again through the middle on Davis. Not many metres gained from him.
Well, they actually came over on Wednesday to prepare. They've had a really good preparation in the south of France. Before and now, Catalan fans asking for a penalty as Fars does well. Good distribution. Davis gets the ball out, picked up there by Iguodala. Catalan
knock-on there from Davis.
Was it a knock-on? I think Davis has apologised, and the Catalan fans thought it wasn't. Let's have a look.
I mean, I initially thought that he managed to get the offload away and on that angle. It looks like could have went backwards for me for Iguodala. The first pictures we saw. But Jack Smith deems it a knock-on, and again, the Dragons find themselves having to defend inside their own half.
4, 5, 6, 3, 5, 6.
Sometimes the calls go for you, sometimes they don't. That one has gone for Lee. They won't be complaining. Another opportunity for
First. Move Caesar!
the Lee Leopards.
Go on. Make it Arthur!
They wanted a forward pass. Are they going to get a forward pass? I think they are. Well, on tackle two, that's a real error from Lee. Forward pass given. They were just beginning to build up ahead of steam.
Well, it cancels that Tom Davies header out. It's a Mile Hanley who gets a quick play of the ball. But in doing so, he just takes a little reset and it disrupts the rest of the players. And then Pape, she's got to make sure that that ball doesn't go forward. The timing wrong there. I think it was Frankie Holton or Jack Hughes.
Ball's out.
Maybe Hughes.
First. Move Lachlan!
Catalan yet to have the ball in anger inside the Lee half of the field, and we're coming up for 9 minutes gone.
Two.
Desiree Lamb in there with a moan, making the tackle on halfway.
Next is one.
That's good work from Desiree, just winning the 6 again. Sirenen takes over.
It's okay.
The referee says, and dived on by Romano. Save the day for Catalan.
Third.
Here is Paul Seguier.
Go three.
Day to celebrate for him, the 100th game of his career. Oh, now, good hands, and was picked up by Fars, and here is Rouget. This is better from the Catalan Dragons. First time that Lee under pressure on their own line. The corner goes to the right. Garcia on the last. What can they do here? First attack for the Catalan Dragons. Are they going to come up with points? Here is Rouget. Little kick through by Moore. It was knocked on by Hanley. And they're going to go back-to-back sets here, the Catalan Dragons. It was Moore with the kick, Hanley with the error. But all of a sudden, things have turned just a little.
Yeah, it was a decent little kick through there. But I thought for all money that Milo Hanley, I'll be honest with you, he has to take that. His job is to take that up. It's a bad error. And the dawn of opportunity, now 10 minutes on the clock, really does open up for Steve McNamara's men.
0-0 if you are just joining us. Lee having a try this now. Karen Doddle by the video referee after 2 minutes. But this a chance now for the Dragons and Artem Moore. So Davis Moore to and he knocks on. Well, it was the idea was right because he could see Romano coming through, and all he had to do was catch the ball and score.
Yeah, he just can't execute that play. And it's better from the Dragons, and the home crowd have certainly walked up.
Let's have a look here. It may have been the first tackle, but it was the right idea.
Yeah, it was on. There's no doubt about that. It was on. He just couldn't ice it.
Catches the ball, scores the try, drops the ball, doesn't score the try, it stays 0-0. 11 minutes gone. Lee have it back on halfway with a Pape.
Go third. Quicker ball! Third.
A moan involved.
Another mistake there. Vars picks up, reacts first.
Vitelli this time.
Yeah. Number of errors just creeping in the last 5 minutes. Case of which side is just going to take hold of this opening exchanges by the scruff of the neck, Stuart.
Garcia inside for Romano, who was inches away from giving Catalan the lead, but they have another chance now with McLaurin. Farge. This is good. Morg again comes into the line. Good defence by Lutelli and by Lachlan Lamb. I tell you what, Lachlan Lamb, his defence is always top drawer, isn't it? One of the best number 7s in Super League when it comes to defending Lachlan Lamb. He's proved it again and again this season. Garcia will play the ball eventually, and Monin Hughes it was with the tackle. Last one, what can they do? Ikavalu, the ball goes backwards, laps off the left boot of Davis. And
Myler, Hanley's error. It's now Zach Hardacre who comes up with it.
Yeah, it's for us.
Carey was a bit timid from the centre, Hardacre.
Yeah, they've won at Huddersfield, they lost at Hockey Arm, they've still got to go to Leeds and Wigan before they will enjoy home comforts again. So it's a tough period, but they've got to come out the other side with a plus side rather than a minus side if they want to stay in the playoff. Have good hands, and Davis takes the ball from Farge. Ikavalu involved as well.
A penalty for offside though.
Yeah.
So will the Dragons perhaps elect to put 2 fingers in the air and just nudge it over and take away the sting out of the game?
I think it might have been in back play. Lam O'Donnell, I think, on Artem Morg. I think that's what the penalty may have been for. And I think they are going to go for the 2. Artem Morg, one of the best around. The right decision?
Yeah, I think so. I think in the balance of the game so far, in 15 minutes on the clock, neither side has really managed to get a foothold in the game and take the points when they're on offer. I just think for the Dragons, Stuart, as we mentioned, 1 win in the last 5. You know, sometimes it's not necessarily how you perform, you just need to get out of a rut. And in order to do that, you need to make sure, come later this evening, that you come out of your stadium with 2 points, and an opportunity here for Artem Morg just to tick that scoreboard over.
Well, yeah, beaten by St Helens, Warrington, at the Stan Gilbert Brutus. That was their first defeat in Super League at home. Of course, they were also well beaten by Huddersfield in the Challenge Cup. Also losing to Wigan and Leeds. The solitary win was at home to Leeds.
Yeah, we're just on those losses. You know, the Warrington one, they've done the last 25 minutes without a bench. They lost Alex da Costa 6 minutes in. And at St Helens, you know, they had a whole host of changes.
Artem Morg then, has he managed to give Catalan the lead? He has it 2 points to 0 to the home side, coming up to 17 minutes on the clock in Perpignan. That could be priceless at the end of the game. You never know.
If I'm looking at the ball, I can't see you in back play all day.
Now, I mentioned earlier about Lee being disjointed this season, but it just seems to be an ongoing saga, doesn't it? That a lot of talk around Lee about who's coming, who's going, you know, and who's leaving.
Oh, there will be movement, Stuart. We've already seen it. Asiata, of course, in a black and white shirt next year. And Kai O'Donnell returning back to the NRL.
Tom Amone as well.
Tom Amone, Aaron Penney being brought in from the Melbourne Storm. So people will come and go, but that's the very nature of sport. As a group of players, Stuart, you cannot let that or allow that to affect your performances.
But it seems to be a big turnover, doesn't it, at Lee?
Well, this is more worrying signs for them at the minute. Penalties again, yeah. completions must be high. Discipline as well. If you're going to come over to the south of France and get anything out of the game. And after a decent start from Lee,
don't run past.
you start perhaps maybe feeling the pinch of the game. So Pape.
O'Donnell. I'm halfway then. We're approaching the halfway stage of this first half. Bousquet still got fire in his belly, hasn't he, the veteran Julien Bousquet. Garcia now, a captain, finds Theo Farge, trying to move the ball out to that right-hand side.
Ricky out!
Suriname brought down, the Cavallo at dummy half.
Third.
Rouget. Well, they're trying to draw Lee one way and then the other, aren't they?
Yeah, but Lee are defending quite well together so far. Everybody connected as this ball's moving out. Just watch the leg speed, the change of direction there. But
Lam again with the big hit on Morg.
Goal tackle 5, kick pressure.
Last one, Rouget with the kick. Moylan will take this and takes it well behind his own try line. Watch the ball, so a 7-tackle set from their own 20. An opportunity for the Leopards now to get back into this game.
yeah, the kick from 5. There's the shot from Lam on Morg. The kick was far too long. Matt Moylan collects and he's in goal. 20-metre restart, 7-tackle set. And already 42 metres away from their own end. As Amila Hanley tries to relieve some of the work of the middle unit of Lee. Tom Amon with 16 tackles to his name already.
Have Lee become too predictable with ball in hand? That's a question for you.
I don't think so. I think they move it far, you know, that left edge particularly moves it. Well, perhaps some of the best ball movement in the competition. We go here again. And right on cue there, short pass there. Kyle O'Donnell, Farge all over him.
Pape. Desiree does well, doesn't he? Last one, O'Brien now, and here is Matt Moylan. Moylan finds a Pape with a little kick through towards the line. That'll be shadowed behind. And Lee come up empty from that set. One end to the other. A 7-tackle opportunity now for the Catalan Dragons, who lead 2-0 with coming up for 21 minutes gone.
Yeah, Pape's kick just had a little bit too much sting on it, but this is tough defending now. 7-tackle set, you're on the back foot, and a penalty now given away. Offside, and that's due to the intensity at which they start that set off. Lee can't get back behind the ball. 2 quick plays later on the back foot, Stuart. They're not able to get back on side, not disciplined enough again.
I love players sometimes, you know, they say, ref, what's that for? And he goes, you're all offside. And they still argue, but the decision's not going to be changed, is it?
I never asked the referee.
Quiet as a mouse. You still are, sometimes. 2-0, Catalan lead. 21 minutes gone.
Eyes on ball. First.
But this is serious business, and Lee's indiscipline at the moment is proving costly.
Yeah, it's just putting them on the back foot at the minute. Suriname takes the ball forward. And 35 metres away here, Stuart.
Bousquet.
Oh, lovely stuff.
Farge and this is good. Rouget's got an opportunity, goes on his own. Hardacre does well. They drag him into touch just for a moment. A gap was opening. Cesar Rouget thought he was going through. But Zach Hardacre was alert to it.
Well,
With help from Moylan, that was important intervention.
Yeah, I really, really like what the right edge, and particularly what Amila Hanley do. They get up in the line, then they back off, and Amila Hanley backs off knowing that it's 3v1 and he needs help from Hardacre, and more importantly, Moylan. And the speed of Hardacre, still at 32-year-old, he's got it, and he's able to rescue that play. Nice ball movement from the Dragons through Bousquet, starting it all off, that short, soft pass.
Anytime you're in, you can't be stuck, all right? Can't be every time you're in there, all right, Paul?
It's a chance gone begging. Here's Josh Charnley. Of course, breathing down the neck of Ryan Hall. We saw Ryan Hall, 248 tries, a record break from him.
What an achievement, what a player.
But Charnley is only 9 away from him.
He's pushed to the side.
How many are you behind? 247.
You had to say that, didn't you?
The only surprise so far, 23 minutes in, Kai, we haven't had a try. They're both giving it a real go, but defence is very much on top.
It's just the final part of each set is what's let them down, whether it be a kick. Hasn't quite been on the money. So often either too long or too heavy. There's a 40-20 attempt now from O'Brien.
Easy take for Morgan. Here is Tom Davis.
First. Out to win! Stay on the 10, boys. Tom, go back. You set the 10 right off. Push forward, back to the line.
Just trying to creep forward, yeah.
Go. You've shortened it to like 7.
Chris Satter there, we just saw the top of the screen entering the field of play. I mean, played 40 minutes last week against St Helens and caused some damage, Stuart. So often change a game.
One of the great impact players in Super League.
Here he goes.
Sat out.
Jack Hughes does well there, locks the ball up on him.
Stay here, boys, wait.
Trout underneath too.
And Moan involved as well.
Out back, out back.
Farge.
4.
Just starting to pull the nose through here.
Just a little bit. Garcia.
Back, still 4.
Ball goes
Still
out,
4.
picked up by Rouget. Does well.
Still 4.
Well, they're having a gamble here, they're having a go. Garcia.
Still offloading here.
They are. McLaurin. Last one. Romano. And the ball came out there. That's Seguier who's made a mistake on the last. It is.
And again, the final part of the play, either side have just not been able to put any pressure. Because of little parts like this, he loses the ball. O'Brien's all over him, Stuart, but he has a responsibility, to Paul Seguier, to keep a hold of that spot.
Just be careful how visual you are with your arms, all right? Yeah. You can disagree and talk to me, but when your arms are all going up, it looks
25 minutes has flown by here. The scoreboard lies at 2-0 to the home team. That penalty through Artie Amorg be the difference so far.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Shot clock off, ball goes.
Fantastic following.
Ball's out. Push is good, it's when the ball's gone in.
Charnley looking for a way through.
First off the ball, Arthur!
Lachlan Lamb it is.
Don't go back to it, Arthur!
Matt Moylan.
2. Move now!
2-year contract for Moylan.
Now milking, go 2.
And Donnell. Fine
Third,
disallowed
clears
early
away.
doors for a knock-on from a high kick from Hanley.
That's fine. Held! Release!
Dwyer is on.
Go. Mark, you're in
Brad
the
Dwyer.
That's fine, leave Mickey.
Very dangerous from dummy half. Alone. Plays the ball quickly. Here's Dwyer. Bit more urgency here about the Lee Leopards. Kick forward by Lutele. And was it played at?
Jack Smith's called it's played at, so it's got to be 6 more.
Yeah, big moments in the game here.
He's putting his leg out.
Lutele puts the soft kick in there, and he's spot on.
Davis
Jack
did.
Smith.
Thank you.
Tom Davies' left leg comes out. He knows that the threat's there. He makes a play in it. So it's 6 more. And I actually think that in these positions, if we're going to look at the two sides, I believe that Lee are more threatening than their opposite inside of this part of the field, 20 metres out with a full set.
Held! Release!
Well, let's see if you're right. Hughes plays the ball. Dwyer now.
Arthur! Get to your goal!
Moylan and O'Brien.
It's okay, it's on
Here
the
is Lutele. Lutele gets the ball out. But there was nowhere to go. Absolutely nowhere for Josh Charnley to go. It wasn't the best of decisions, I don't think, from Ricky Lutele.
No, perhaps if he had his time again, he just takes the play. Tikabalu gets caught in, and he has to make a rush decision. Gets over to Lutele, and the offload's there. But the space isn't. As soon as he catches that ball, Stuart, you're right. Charnley's foot's on touchline. He almost flirted with the idea of trying to dive over from that far out.
Time off!
Was it Ryan Atkins who once did that? Do you remember?
I do.
Are you ready, Benny?
It was 186 tries in Super League for Ryan Atkins, isn't it, as well? He's in that top 10 list.
Another quality player.
First, away, Zach! Stay here, stay. Go
We
on.
could do with a try here, couldn't we? 2-0, Catalan lead.
That's two.
Rouget, and here is Satai.
Such a big
He's
man.
lost the ball.
He's tried to come up with too much.
The errors are coming thick and fast now, aren't they?
Look, that's not what you want from your impact bench player. You want to change the momentum of the game. Do your number one job.
Dwyer.
Chris Sutton!
Will that error be costly?
Just give them something different, doesn't he, Dwyer?
Provides spark, and there's a high shot there from McIlaurin, right in front of the posts.
Right on the chin of Tom Amone. Now then, 2 points or
I'd
not?
understand if they took 2 points, but for me, I'd keep playing.
Yeah.
I feel that they've got them
Yeah, we'll have time anyway.
in a little bit of a vulnerable place. And it wouldn't surprise me, though, if they opt just to knock 2 over, and it looks that way.
Yeah.
Matt Moylan.
Coming up a half an hour gone, and I think it was an instant decision, wasn't it, from Adrian Lamb, the coach?
Tom Amone there, it's just that late little bit of footwork that does Garcia and McIlaurin.
Yeah, got him now,
Had to go high to get him.
mate. Second is it after McIlaurin, just penalty on.
This will be meat and drink for Matt Moylan.
He just, to be honest with you,
The game they both
he just
must
said
win.
on floor, he said,
Leeds to get back in contention for the playoffs. Catalan dropping to 6th in the table after losing 4 of the last 5. That's how important it is. And Moylan, no mistake, as you'd expect, coming up for half an hour gone, and we're level again at 2 points apiece.
And it's probably a fair reflection of the game so far. Again, neither team have really had any bite in attack. Both sets of players coming up with a number of errors or a couple of overly cut kicks. The scoreboard remains at 2-2.
You mentioned Aaron Penne, big forward from Melbourne, at Leah's side. Arrived in the UK on Friday. Expected to be involved in Leeds' next game at Headingley against Leeds.
Again, with what's happened over at Hull FC this afternoon, what a big carry, isn't it, from Amone?
Brilliant from Amone. They're going to miss him next year. If, as expected, he heads back to the NRL. What a player he's been.
Third, Mickey, don't win! Go third.
Dwyer again.
Chris!
He is always awkward, isn't he? Always dangerous with ball in hand, Brad Dwyer. Here is Lachlan Lamb now.
5, what? Come on, Chris!
Nowhere for a double to go. Moylan on the last. And it goes back to O'Brien. Kick goes up, and that's
brilliant.
taken by Moore. That's superb. They picked him up, Charlie and Lutello.
I really like what Josh Charlie does here. That kicks in the air, and it's really tempting for him to make a play, but he knows he can't get there, Stuart. And as the ball comes down, he just waits patiently, and as soon as that foot's on the floor from Artie Among, just watch this. It looks like he's got a challenge for it, knows he can't get there, just pulls out, catches him, and with Latelli, they get themselves 6 more.
Experience.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Experience from Charlie and from Lutello.
The last set there, the Leigh forwards were just ripping in and rolling down the field. It's a tough period here for the Dragons.
And Moan again.
Straight out!
What a good player.
Oh, wait here, wait. Go on.
Super League Dream Team last year, Tom Amone.
Oh, a big shot there, Seguier. Onto Dan Norman, who's just fresh on the field, but he rides it well. Finds his elbow and knees.
Does well, 6'6", Dan Norman.
Third away!
Holton brought down. Great chance here for Lee
Going here, third. It's fine, it's through the line.
for that first try of the half. Lamb
Come on, back. Go forward. Oh,
And Moan, go for the mark.
Wow.
Moan! That's a fantastic try. He's been the best player on the field in the first half, and he gets his reward. Power, brute force, superb try. Tom Moan and Leah ahead.
Yeah, I mentioned the set earlier, how the Leigh forwards were just finding space and rolling through, playing at a different speed than their opposition. And those pitches there through Tom Moan just show it. It was a wonderful ball movement the play before to the left side of the field. And Kyle O'Donnell hard line just puts them on the back foot. That defence isn't good enough at this level.
And it all came from Lutele and from Charnley, who forced the set restart or the goal line dropout by dragging Moore behind the post.
Yeah. Tom Moore, 68 metres so far he's made with the ball in hand, but defensively been up there too. And his 9th carry proves to be the most important one in this fixture. And with Matt Moylan, a metre to the right hand of that post, you'd imagine this 6 will turn into 8.
Here we go. Well, they were 2-0 down, they levelled at 2-2, and now they lead by 8 points to 2 with 6 minutes or so to go in this first half.
Yeah, it's the goal line dropout, the repeat set, the hard line from Kai O'Donnell, and then the brute strength of Tom Moore that gets the first score of the afternoon here. We've had to be patient, we've had to wait. The scoreboard is 8 points to 2 in favour of Adrian Lamb and his troops.
Oh, stay again, Carlon! Are you ready, Alfred?
Catalan with it all to do once more. Lamb takes it, Norman on the charge.
Move together, Catalan! Hold. Go on.
You just can't help but think as well, back to that Sate offload that really set that part up.
Square bend!
A costly error.
Remain. Good now. Third off the
Hughes
ball!
does a lot of work, doesn't he? And notice as well, Jack Hughes, he's a real crafter.
How back is through the line on three.
Every side needs those.
Hardacre.
And again, Stuart, they're just rolling down the field. Look, that's player 3. And they've crossed 60 metres over.
Brian.
It's not what you'd need or want from your team after you've conceded points. You have to have a bit of sting in you.
Go 5, you go.
That's one.
Still 5. Still 5.
Wow, they run it with Moylan. Moylan with the dummy. Can he offload to Lutele? It's on the floor. It's bouncing around. It's still bouncing around. And it will be a handover. Catalan will get the ball back. Just for a little flash there. It looked like Moylan may create something.
It was almost he had too much time. He wasn't quite sure what to do. He throws the ball wildly behind him, trying to keep it alive. And it ends up a bit messy and the ball's turned over. But again, it's 20 metres away from Catalan's try line.
But the one thing that has disappointed Steve McNamara over the last 4 or 5 weeks as Artem Moore looks at for a way through is they have been disappointed with ball in hand. They
struggle for. I think they struggle for creativity all season, if I'm honest. The Abdul thing hasn't really worked out. It's a better carry from Sate, but they've chopped and changed that half-back position a number of times. Added to that McIlaurin, through injury or suspension, has missed out. So the spine has been awfully disrupted for the French side.
That was McIlaurin's kick downfield, picked up by Hanley. 4 minutes to go to half-time in the south of France. And Leigh, despite giving away penalties, despite quite a few errors, you have to say, as Hardacre drives the ball forward, deservedly in front.
You'd have to say so. Look, I mean, if Catalan had gone up the other end of the field and scored, you know, you could, again, I know it sounds stupid to say, but the scoreboard is reflecting the game. I don't think that Leigh have been much better than Catalan Dragons by any stretch, but they've had an opportunity and they've taken it. But again, the manner in which the try was scored, it wasn't like they unpicked or pulled them apart. It was just a sheer hard carry, a direct 1-2.
Lamb's kick downfield taken by Artem Moore. Johnston and Davis on the wing prolific last year, weren't they? But not so much this year.
Well, we've not seen much of Tom Johnson in this game at all so far. 37 minutes in, I don't really remember.
Is that the first time we've
I think so, yeah. And Tommy Makinson, of course, being brought over from St Helens, and this is a good run. Offload there, Farge.
Cavallo it was. Yeah, Davis going to Hull KR. Johnston going to Wakefield next year. Tommy Makinson confirmed from St Helens to Catalan on a 2-year contract from next season.
Come on, Dan. Come here, Kai. Go
Two opportunities left in this set for Catalan to try and find a way back into this game.
5, Jack away! Discipline, Lee. Come on, Tom.
Navarrete
Go, you good. 5.
tries to play it quickly. Rouget.
Oh,
Good stuff from Rouget. Puts a little kick up. Now then, who's going to come down with this? And the ball will go behind. It will be a drop out from underneath the post. But talking about having too much time, I think Rouget did there as well. He may be able to take this on.
Yeah, I thought he could have maybe, just maybe, tried to step on his inside and go round Matt Moylan. When he elects to kick, I just feel the space was just there to the left-hand side of Moylan. The number of black shirts that are around that player. Brad Dwyer. It's like he's just struggling to get back behind the ball. Picked up a little bit of a knock.
Just carrying his arm, I think his right arm. We're trying to find out what that is during half-time. That would be a big blow. Moylan with the dropout. It goes backwards off Farge, but they've got just over a minute here as Davis
Tom, stay on your mark!
takes the ball to try and hit back, get on level terms before the half-time hooter. Here is Navarrete signing a new 2-year contract with Catalan during the week. McLaurin and Farge, inside it goes some more. Well read, wasn't it, by O'Donnell. They go the short side. O'Donnell again with a great tackle. He'll be a big miss. He's going back to the NRL with Newcastle. Here is Satai. North Queensland, I should say. Kai O'Donnell. But McLaurin.
That's a huge tackle there.
What a tackle.
Gareth O'Brien.
What a tackle from O'Brien.
That is a...
It was a try save.
Oh, he's a monster of a player from O'Brien. Little man on big man, committed, and just does enough. All over that ball. It's a brilliant pass from McIlaurin, a great line from Navarrete, that has to be said. The defensive work from Gareth O'Brien has just certainly saved his side. Going in at 8-all.
Eyes on ball here, boy. Surrender. Stand.
Certain try saver. Certain try saver. That could be a big moment in this game with Gareth O'Brien. It's been tough, it's been uncompromising. One try scored by Tom Amone, separating the two sides. Amone and Kai O'Donnell, for me, have been the outstanding players on the pitch, and that's concerning for the Leigh Leopards. An injury to Brad Dwyer, who only came on for the last 10 or 12 minutes of the half. A penalty from Artem Moore, giving Catalan the lead. The boots of Matt Moylan levelling it after 30 minutes, and then the only try coming 7 minutes before half-time. Tom Amone with a powerful charge towards the line, getting the try, and Matt Moylan adding the goal to give Leigh the advantage at half-time, with a big moment right on the stroke of half-time when Gareth O'Brien brought down Roman Navarrete just shy of the try line. We'll be back. Leigh are leading 8-2 at half-time. Half-time in the south of France. Leigh looking to do the Super League double over the Catalan Dragons. They beat them 30 points to 2 a few short weeks ago at the Leigh Sports Village, and deservedly ahead. Just a one try scored by Tom Amone 7 minutes before half-time. So Catalan at the moment staring down a 5th defeat in 6 games. We shall see a big 40 minutes ahead in the second half. But Kyle Amor, it was tough, wasn't it, the first 40 minutes, and I don't think anyone, well, the Catalan can't complain that Lee in front, and we think deservedly so.
Yeah, Lee just about edging this game. Look, not an awful lot really happening in this game. It started with Amila Hanley off the back of a penalty, found themselves up this end of the field, and this was a no try deemed a knock-on from Owen Trout, 2 minutes on the clock. And Kai O'Donnell there denied a try by referee Jack Smith. You can just see that when Trout goes up in the air, it's that first part, that push forward, and then the hand from Fage, where it took an eternity to make the decision from the video referee, but rightly so. And that try was deemed a no try. And then after the penalty came this here. Charnley, they were moving the ball out wide, and then the Catalan Dragons defence were able to answer some of Lee's attack. But then the high tackle there from Maculorum levelled the game up here at 2-2 following Artie Amorg's penalty earlier on in the piece. But then this line from Kai O'Donnell, just watch this, quick play of the ball, poking his nose through, running a hard line. It got to the Catalan Dragons at 6s and 7s. Maculorum only just gets back, has to go low, and doesn't get the help that is needed from his big man in Chris Satter. And Tom Amor, just a hard, direct carry. The defence only get 2 metres up off the line. And a hard carry against a soft defence. Well, there's only going to be one outcome, and Tom Amor is just able to ground the ball, and he's been probably Lee's best this afternoon so far as the big front rower. Delighted with that score, but then at the end it was Rougier that threatened. They haven't kicked the ball very well at all, Catalan. But on that one occasion when they did and challenged for it, they get a goal line dropout, a repeat set. The kick there, up in the air, contested, a metre shy of the line, which means Hardaker has to put the ball back behind and give the home team 6 more. But it was from there we've seen a really huge important tackle. How important it will be will remain to be seen, but just watch this, Gareth O'Brien, bang! Just locks that ball up with 30 seconds left on the clock. And the League players know how huge of a player that was. A brilliant tackle from Gareth O'Brien, who's playing in the halves today. 8-2.
Massive tackle, and it was interesting to see the try scorer there, Tom Amone, who was stood by the post, actually waving his arms in celebration at that tackle. Well, there you have it. Not too much between them in terms of possession. Completed set, pretty poor, and a lot of errors. A lot of missed tackles as well by Lee, but they are in front.
Yeah, look, those stats probably don't tell the full reflection of the game behind them. Penalties behind on errors, missed tackles as well. But the key one, perhaps, is that Lee have made a little bit more metres than their opposition with the ball. But again, I said during commentary that the scoreboard could have very easily been 8-2 to Catalan Dragons. It could. Well, Tom Amor, through that hard carry, has been able to be the difference so far. Having all to play for in this second half.
We'll be back for the second half very shortly with Lee in front by 8 points to 2. Eight points to 2. Lee are in front against Catalan at half-time. 1,800 fans have come over from Lee for this game, and it has been an excellent first half for them. And I just wonder if Steve McNamara will be that worried. He was talking before the game about not pressing the panic button, wasn't he? But they scored only 51 tries in 13 and a half games now, Kyle.
Yeah.
Not enough.
No, not enough. But what's more concerning for me is the 100 points that they've leaked in the last 5 games. And, you know, they've now 108. And look, defence wins you big games in big moments, but
Well, a big week of Super League coming up in round 15 next Thursday. Castleford at home to Hull KR. Cass, of course, running Wigan mighty close on Friday night. That's on Sky Sports Action. And it will be an emotional and moving night at Headingley on Friday. Lee providing the opposition. Leeds at home for the first time since the passing of the great Rob Burrow. We will have a big tribute on that evening at Headingley. On Saturday, Hull against Warrington. Huge win for Hull FC against Leeds today. Catalan against Huddersfield. And Sunday, rounding it all off on Sky Sports Action, it's Salford against Saints. Yeah, the attack will be worrying for Steve McNamara. I think when I spoke to him yesterday, he was saying we're not pressing any panic buttons, but he must be concerned. He must be concerned at the lack of cutting edge that we've seen.
Well, look, it always makes me laugh when coaches say that, because what's the alternative? Yes, we're in a mess. Yes, we are panicking. Of course, he can't be seen or heard to be saying that, but there'll be internal questions. I've no doubt about that. You know, Catalan Dragons falling as they have. You know, you mentioned the start of the piece. They were sat top of the league not too long ago, and they find themselves now, you know, staring down another defeat. There's 40 minutes left to play. I do not think that this game is far from done. Of course, there's only 6 points in it, but McNamara has told his players to cut out the mistakes and focus on the game plan. Much of the same from Adrian Lamb as well. He wants Lee to increase the pace of this game and really take it to his opposition. Steve McNamara, there's no doubt that his shots will be fired in the changing room.
The good news for Lee is that Brad Dwyer is okay. We thought he was actually holding his arm, but the reason he was like that is because he'd been winded really badly and got a knock to the sternum, and you know what that's like. You get caught short for breath, don't you?
It's a tough old game, it really is.
What a player he's been.
Oh, he's been brilliant. 40 minutes straight up, really took the game. That charge to the Catalan pack.
He went for over 200 metres.
He's brilliant.
When Lee beat Catalan 4 or 5 weeks ago at the League Sports Village.
Yeah.
He is just immense, isn't he?
I actually thought, Stuart, after last year when, of course, Lee went on to win the Challenge Cup, I actually thought that he'd be one of the players that would have maybe been picked off by one of the top 3 in the Super League. Would have remained as a Lee Leopard
until the end of this
season, of course, when he's going to try and make his career go again in the NRL.
So, Zach Hardaker will get us underway at the start of the second half. Was that a mistake ball? Just manages to dive on the ball. Football skills not the best there, but got away with it. And that could have been an awful start to the second half for Catalan. Here is Satai. And it's interesting that Adrian Lamb said about picking up the pace and just keep... You were talking about it in the closing stages of that first half. The last 10 minutes, they were rolling a bit all over the Catalan, weren't they?
They were.
The speed of the game.
Absolutely, they were. It was hard carries again from Amon, Kai O'Donnell, you know, picking off short sides, just increasing the pace as the Catalan Dragons now do that down the right edge. But when they increased the pace, the Dragons just didn't really seem to go with them. Fage again.
That was a pass to nowhere, wasn't it? Davis did well just first to grab onto the ball and then to stay in play.
Outside, field
Fage with the kick downfield. That will bounce nicely inside of the field of play, but it means that a smiling Matt Moylan will get the ball back, and Lee will have the ball 10 metres from their own line.
I mentioned the kicking game from Rougier and Fage, particularly the yardage kicks, or the kicks where you're trying to buy some land, hadn't really been where they wanted to be in terms of the quality that Lachlan Lamb was doing, just turning the ball over into corners. But that kick on the outside of the boot there from Fage just means that they're able to step up their defence, the Catalan through Garcia, Satai. And there just chalked 2 players off. Jack Hughes just trying to keep those legs going, but he's driven backwards.
Hughes has been up there as well for me. We talked about O'Donnell and Moan, but Jack Hughes, of course, formerly of Wigan. He was the captain of Warrington as well, but he's had a good game today.
Well, I just love the way that Kai O'Donnell carries hard and direct onto a soft short pass from Lamb. And they've hit him a couple of times on occasions down in good ball. And that opens up for the play out the back to get the right edge on toast.
Makes good yardage every time he gets the ball. He was looking for a penalty there, not bought quite rightly by the referee Jack Smith, and there is Lamb with the kick downfield and taken by Tom Davis. I wonder what Catalan have got to do with ball in hand. How are they going to do things differently if the first half was that predictable?
Well, I think they've just got to stick to the plan, like Steve McNamara mentioned. Obviously execute that, but roll forward, and perhaps some better kicks from Farge and Rougier will just be able just to turn the screw and wait for their opposition to crack, because Lee came up with a number of mistakes in that first half and opened the opportunity up for the Dragons. But again, Stuart, you mentioned the quality in good ball just hasn't really been where it's needed to be.
Another mistake. Satai it was. And there was nowhere for Navarrete to go. It wasn't the best of passes as well. So another mistake, this time from the home side. And
I think the penalty's being given here, Stuart. I think a late hit on the ball. I'm questioning what that was for. Satai goes to the line, passes the ball. And it's maybe just that part there. Dan Norman just sets himself. And as the pass is thrown, just hits him. But I've seen them let go.
50-50 call, isn't it? The call this time looked like a mistake from Catalan, but they get the penalty. Is it the slice of luck perhaps that they've been looking for at the start of this second half?
Tom Amon showing a bit of claret out of the forehead. A fairly hefty gash as well. You can see the blood pouring down his face.
Yeah, I think, just wonder whether that's going to require stitches. I think Jack Smith having a look, the referee might be sent off for some more medical treatment. Dan Norman, formerly of St Helens, giving away the penalty. A judge for the late hit. Well, it's going to be the old strapping to keep Tom Amon on the pitch. So key, isn't he, to what Lee are doing. The referee will just make sure that he's okay. There's no blood protruding from the wound.
We've got here 20 metres away. Let's see what this Dragons outfit have got. A chance to put a set pattern, a set play on.
Well, let's see. Navarrete brought down. Ricky McAlorum still going strong at 36 years of age. Here is Ben Garcia. Dwyer got away with one there.
2 rucks on the spin, that.
Satai. Lamb again with strong tackles. So too Hughes and O'Donnell. Farge. Rougier drops the ball.
It's Gareth O'Brien again, Stuart.
2 big plays from O'Brien at the end of the first half, at the start of the second, and now Lee get the penalty.
Yeah, too predictable. Catalan Dragons, Gareth O'Brien knows it, senses it, and reads it so well. The ball out the back from Farge, and Rougier unable to take it in under pressure from O'Brien, and then he's all over and gives away a penalty. Adrian Lamb will be delighted with that.
And the frustration will continue to build for Catalan, won't it? The longer it goes on without them scoring a try or getting near to scoring a try. Here is a moan.
First, move Ben! Carl on 10! Hold.
He won't want to go off, will he?
Two. Paul Seguier!
Seguier with a tackle on halfway.
Go to.
Holton eventually plays the ball for Lee.
That's fine, it's just a little push.
It's Kai O'Donnell again.
It's that Lamb O'Donnell, isn't it?
Using the front door. Lamb's got his hands on the ball now. And there's an opportunity here. He takes the line on him. Well met there by Ikabalu. Satai in to lend some help too.
looking for a way through.
5. Move, Ben. Come on, pal.
Jack Hughes at dummy half.
Keep pressure on Lamb. Go.
This is the last. There's a Bryan with the kick towards the corner. High hanger. The ball goes backwards, does it?
Oh, it's knocked on first by Latelli.
First one off Lee.
Yeah, first one off Lee. It was Latelli. He was trying to flick the ball back, but it went forward. Poor tackle from Ikavalu.
Come on, Ricky.
Just a kick into the corner there. Farge and Ikavalu. Latelli just competes for it, knocks it forward. Farge doesn't hold it. The first error was from the Lee Leopard centre. And here's the man Ikavalu again. Just crossing over 30 metres away from his own end, just buying another 10 metres.
Well, remember that Lee kept Catalan tryless in the game at the Lee Sports Village at the end of April. They still haven't managed to score against the Leopards. Moore now trying to set something up. Wriggles under one challenge from O'Brien, brought down by Holton and by Hardacre. Here is Satai now for Catalan. Bounced off the challenge of Norman, didn't he?
That's fine.
All too quickly on the last. Rouget it is who puts the kick up. Good take from Hanley under pressure.
And a decent return as well. Escapes the clutches of McIlorum and Sirinen. And they're spraying the ball now. Lachlan Lamb, he senses an opportunity.
Yes, does well. Picked up by Lutello. Have a real go. Charnley waiting for the ball. Here is Josh Charnley. Just pushed off the challenge there, didn't he? Theo Farge eventually plays the ball.
No advantage.
And Tom Amone is having a break.
Back Catalan. Go for.
Matt Davis back from injury.
Yeah. Play up.
Oh, he's
Does well there, Moylan. Inside and go for Holton. Holton steering him with the tackle to bring him down. Head of steam now for the Lee Leopards. Lamb with a dummy. Lamb O'Brien's. Is that the try? It could be a big try. Was it Ed Chamberlain who got the ball down? Was it forward? Did he knock on? All the fun at the fair. No try, said Jack Smith. Wow, what a big moment this could be again in this game. 8-2. Will it stay 8-2?
Well, they've cut them open at will. First of all, down the left edge through Moylan, but the support play, the inside ball. It's O'Donnell, that combination, and he just loses the ball at the vital part. And that would have been a fantastic try. Support inside and outside, Lamb does so well. And O'Donnell just there, loses it. And it has to be said, I think it's Michael McIlorum that comes up with an exceptional tackle. It's better than a try, that, for me. And just watch McIlorum. The ultra competitor never gives in. And it's his involvement that denies Kai O'Donnell the certain try.
Well, he's done a game changer. O'Donnell, who had a try disallowed in the first half, denied by an absolute cracker from Mickey McIlorum. It may be his last season. He may be 36 years of age. And his 385th career game for a veteran hooker. That may well have kept Catalan in this game.
And that's why he's so important to Steve McNamara. And Mickey McIlorum comes up with an exceptional piece of play. And Kai O'Donnell, you probably say he deserves a try this afternoon at some stage. Well, McIlorum, he had other things on his mind. And I mentioned during those replays that Matt Moylan opened them up at will, down on that left edge, and they spray the ball to the right, to the other half-back, Lachlan Lamb, who dances through. And McIlorum just able to do enough, Stuart. We saw a try-saver from O'Brien in the first half, and we just saw one from the home team in the second half.
All the opportunities.
There's nothing between this. There's nothing between this game.
Coming up for 10 minutes gone in the second half, still 8-2. We've seen two of the best try-saving tackles you'll see all season in one game. O'Brien on Navarrete at the end of the first half, and McLaurin there denying O'Donnell. What a Catalan got with ball in hand. Here it's Sirinin, just over halfway.
Tackle 3, stay, go.
Rouget.
Good tackle that. O'Brien again.
Had to be, didn't it, on Romano? Rouget finds Seguier, but the ball goes to ground. And Lee celebrate. Gets a knock on by Paul Seguier on his 100th career appearance. The Leopards are up for this.
And again, it's late in the piece, it's late in the set. And it's Seguier, he came what we won in the first half. He's just come up with another. And look what it means to Zach Hardaker and that right edge. Because they were stretched there, Stuart. They were on the back foot. Seguier just lets them off.
Catalan 2 grand finals in the last 3 years.
Yeah, they've been there and done it, but they've lost a whole host of players along the way. Mitchell Pearce, Sam Tompkins.
Some good news, a marquee player, Sio Takayaho, could be back next week, or certainly in 2 weeks. He has been out after a foot injury, required surgery. Takayaho, not seen him. They may need him. Dwyer at dummy half. Lamb now looking for a way through, does get the offload. Impressive performances in that Lee side so far. Ramon and O'Donnell, O'Brien, Hughes. Can they turn some domination here into some more points? 6th clear at the moment as Hardaker wrestled to the ground by Cesar Rouget. Last one, and Lamb hoists it high. Morg does well.
Oh, that's a great take.
Real pressure from Hanley.
Yeah, Hanley just trying to snatch that ball out of his hands, and Artie Morg, the Frenchman, never takes his eye off the prize. Comes up with it, diffuses that kick. There's Ikivalu trying to get in between Lamb and Latelli. And again, there's nothing flash about these carries. This is a
rare carry for Tom Johnston. 12 minutes gone in the second half, and they haven't really been close, have they? Again, to that Lee line.
No. This is
better. With the break. Oh! Well, that was the offload.
Jaden Nikorima.
He was close. He's one of the quickest in the business. Nikorima, it's but should come.
Well, that's the play, because so far they haven't been able to open them up, but it's a hard carry, a poor attempt as well from Dwyer. From Nikorima. Well, if he catches this ball, Stuart, he's away. It's as simple as that.
Let's see if Nikorima can inject something different into the...
Well, he's another one of those players.
Attack,
yeah, he's another one of those players who has been tinkered with in the halves, and more often than not, this is his 16th game, and 8 of those have came off the bench as Rouge makes way for him.
Yeah, Rouget off, Nikorima on. 13 minutes gone in the second half. Lee get another one. It'll be an uphill struggle surely for the
good shot there.
Romano
just takes the wind out of Hardaker's sail.
Enjoying this. Good stuff, isn't it? Really giving it. Lamb! Now, was he obstructed?
Yeah.
Was he obstructed? He was.
He spots some space over the top, tries the kick, but he's met by 2 shirts just blocking him, and a penalty away will equal another 2 points. And it's Bailey Sirinin.
Sirinin turned his back, but he knew what he was doing.
Well, he turns his back, but then he just pushes into him there off his right foot. It's enough. Lamb makes a meal of it, of course, but it's enough. And Matt Moylan puts two fingers in the air, the call gets brought on.
It'll get more and more difficult, won't it, for Catalan? As I say, the frustration will build as well.
Well, that 6 points turns into 8 if Moylan can just slot this ball through those sticks. And what that does is it increases scoreboard pressure, Stuart. It makes Catalan have to find a way of not only just scoring a try, but then somehow trying to come up with another way to get over the line. And the evidence that we've seen so far on 55 minutes, we've not seen enough from Catalan to suggest that they are going to crack this Lee Leopards outfit.
Well, Adrian Lamb said arguably the most important game of the season to get their season going. They've got to go to Leeds, they've got to go to Wigan. Talking of which, Leeds, don't forget to join us next Friday at 7 o'clock on Sky Sports Action for Rodborough 7, a tribute which will be followed, of course, by the Leeds game against Leeds. Moylan with an important kick. 15 minutes gone in the second half. Just to make it a two-score game. Put even more pressure on the Catalan Dragons.
Oh, he's nailed it. He's nailed it.
It's 10 points to 2, and it just gets a little bit more difficult now for Catalan.
And it also injects more belief into those fans, those 1,800 that have made the trip over. They know that their team are now beginning to improve. They've only lost one in the last 5. Could this be another win as they start to get all the pieces of the puzzle of 2023 back together?
Well, this would be a big win, wouldn't it? Without a shadow of a doubt.
Pound! Release Jordan! Go on, you got Mickey.
They controlled it, haven't they, for long periods? They sort of set the agenda, you feel.
Well, what they've done really well is just kept their opposition away from their own line. And it makes it very, very difficult for them to score, the Catalan Dragons, because apart from that little offload there to Jaden Nikarima, there hasn't been much threat deep inside their own half. Lee, of course, has moved the ball around at will, took on short sides, a kick over the top from Lamb, just buys territory.
Yep, Morg takes it. 10 yards from his own try line. Artem Morg. They need a bit of magic from somewhere, don't they? They need one of their standout players to produce something special to get them back into this game.
All for you, just leave it.
Oh, that's good from Johnson.
Yeah. Always dangerous in
open play. He's dropped the ball.
They're going to get a penalty, are they? Yep, they are. Is he a lucky lad?
Well, perhaps so. Just didn't clear the ruck in time. Jack Smith thought that the infringement was enough.
Approaching the hour mark. 10 points to 2. Lee in front. Catalan have given us very little in attack. And they're going to have to provide something here if they want to get back into this game. Desiree. Dwyer in there with the tackle. Matt Davis as well. Here is Favre. Zikavalu lost it. He has more terrific defence from Lee. Yet another mistake. And the frustration's building, and of course as the clock works against them, it's ticking against Catalan, they will have to gamble more, and the more they gamble, the more opportunity for errors.
Yeah, Ben Garcia does so well, takes a piece of contact late into the line, but the edge of Latelli and Charnley both connected, both on the same page, and they both read that play incredibly well, force the skill, and once again Catalan Dragons are just not good enough at the moment with ball in hand.
We've played nigh on 100 minutes against Lee this season, and they're yet to score a try.
Perhaps Adrian Lamb Has all the secrets. There's Charnley. That's another good hard carry. Gets rid of Romain Navarrete with ease.
Pape has just been rested. There isn't a problem. Dwyer's done well, hasn't he, since he's come on. I just wonder whether they're saving a Pape for the last 10 or 15 minutes, maybe. Here is
Well, he's only
Dwyer.
Pape, this is only his 6th appearance of season 24. And perhaps they're just trying to manage his game time, and it's working so far. It's proved dividends for them. Because you're right, Dwyer's done an incredible job. And if Pape will return to the field, you would imagine.
Lamb on the last, he went to kick and then he ran it, and in the end the gamble proved too much. It wasn't the best of passes for Lutelo. Trout is on for Norman.
Yeah, he just gets past Michael McIlroy and it's on. But he's just asking too much of Latelli.
So decent field position here for Catalan. We have 20 minutes to go.
Yeah, I just think with that, with 20 minutes on the clock, and it's easy for us sat here to say this. The players out there, they're the ones whose heart rates are going through the roof, but perhaps here, Lockie Lamb should have just kicked that ball. Instead, they're inviting Catalan Dragons just to cross over the halfway line through Paul Seguier.
Looks like a Pape is ready to come back on.
Romain Navarrete having a breather. Busquets back on in replace of Navarrete, his fellow countryman.
13th year at the Catalan Dragons, Julian Busquets. Here is McIlroy. Just seems so predictable at the moment, you have to say, from Catalan. It's been dealt with fairly simply by Lee. Here is Nicarima.
I just don't think they've got much punch at the moment, and it's a weird thing to say because the Dragons have always been known as a big physical pack, but they're moving the ball to the right-hand side here.
More with the pass out. There's nowhere there for Davis to go. Last one. What they're going to come up with. They try the blind side. Moore kicks it towards the line, and Matt Moylan taking no chances. They have earned another set. Moylan, cool as you like there. But Catalan will get their hands back on the ball.
A little bit of creativity there from Fage. Just sensed that there was 4 Catalan shirts on 2. Yes, it was in a small space, but it was there. The kick through was just well read by Matt Moylan, who just ushers over the sideline. It's another 6 tackles to defend.
18 minutes to go. Quite simply, Catalan has to score next.
Yeah, without doubt.
Now taken by Fage. Here is Tom Davis. Lee's defence has been spot on all evening in Perpignan. Catalan, there's some winnable games there. Play on, says the referee. Desiree was looking for a penalty. McLaurin. Here is Fage. Fage to get something going yet again. Fage! And the ball was knocked down. Was picked up by Charnley. Charnley will race away, but it came off a Lee hand. And just for a second, Josh Charnley's eyes were wide open, and he was eyeing the prize. Cyril it was who was wrapped up.
Well, it comes off Latelli's head. That should be play on.
2 knock-ons. First one is off Catalan, then off Lee.
2 knock-ons. First one off Catalan. But it may well have come off Lutelli's head. Cyrilin's down receiving treatment, but Lee will get the ball back. But Charnley there picks the ball up, there's no stopping him.
Yeah, Cyril looks uncomfortable there, maybe a stinger on that left shoulder. But it was a committed read from Latelli. Forces Fage into the pass. Josh Charnley, 240 in his eyesight, Stuart. Not to beat.
Still time.
Again, good defence though, wasn't it? The left edge against the right edge attack. Frankie Holton now, he's tasked with just taking a no-nonsense carry up the other end of the field.
Another hard worker, Holton, and Epape is back on the field now.
It's a great run from Epape, he needed that.
Class act, Edwin Epape. Couple of 5 away on the spin, Leeds and Wigan to come. And then 3 at home against Huddersfield, London and Saints. And the ball was knocked down. And that will mean that Lee will get it back again. Knock on by Catalan. May well have been Romano.
Look, I'm sure if Adrian Lamb sat his troops down 3 weeks ago and wrote up all those teams on the board all the way from home in Huddersfield, Hull KR, Catalan, Leeds and Wigan, if he can manage to pick 3 or 4 out of 5 of that, I think that's a huge, huge result for the rest of their season.
I mentioned in the first half, consistently inconsistent. And this is arguably right up there with one of their best performances of the season. The other one is their win over Catalan.
Stu, I actually think that's a little bit unfair because of the disruption that they've had. Again, they've only lost 1 in the last 5. They're getting people back and they're getting momentum. For me, they're one of the most dangerous teams outside of the top 6 at the moment.
Yep, and they've got a chance of getting back into the playoffs, I agree, but every side has picked up injuries. Every side has the same problem.
But that was always the question mark for Lee. The depth,
of the squad,
yeah. But
they've
talk
got
of
an
depth to the
opportunity
chance.
now. Matt Moylan was nearly through. Important Ikevalu made that tackle. Here is Lamb. O'Brien now. Chamberlain. 14 minutes to go. Here come Lee Epape with the short pass. Right in front of the post. Last one. One of the options. He looks left. He looks right. He goes to the right. And it was probably the wrong option. Nowhere for Chamberlain to go. For me, there could have been a bit more adventurous. I understand they've got them pinned back there, but there was a chance.
I'm waving my arms around here, Stu, because yes, I absolutely get that. But they do not need to win this game again, and turning the ball over there just shows a real discipline, a real togetherness, and backing themselves to make sure that this Catalan outfit get pinned inside their 40, kick the ball from inside that 40-metre line, and get another crack at the opposition.
So says a defence-orientated prop forward.
That's all I had.
Really good. We're going to have a cracking last 13 minutes, whatever. Da Costa is on. He'll make a difference, Alric Da Costa.
Farge has gone down there.
He has, yeah. Just took a knocking back play. Play on or not, you say that Bousquet was held. But they've just got to go for it now. They've just got to be more adventurous, haven't they?
It's a huge kick.
Apart from one, Hanley's taken everything that they've thrown at him.
Yeah.
And the one that he didn't was one that went along the ground. Every high kick, Hanley's taken beautifully.
Well, certainly been part of the bomb disposal. Everything that's come his way. Hardaker in behind the ruck. That's a decent carry. Wants a quick play of the ball.
Epape. That's just so easy. Just made 10 metres without even trying, without even thinking about it. Quick play of the ball, Moylan and O'Brien, and here is Holton. It's going to be, if Lee are going to win this game, it's going to be a tough decision for Kyle Amor to make. The best player of the match, here is Lamb. Again, just trying to pin Catalan back, taken by Morg. But look where they're starting their set.
But they've done this in the first half as well, Stuart. I believe that has been the difference, the kicking game, especially out of yardage. And I think their ability to back up and defend. Well, Tom Johnson there, dancing away, but doesn't buy any yardage whatsoever. But crucially, you know, that one try, and it wasn't again through structure and shape, but I just believe that the Lee outfit have been more threatening with ball in hand. Moylan and Lamb pulling the strings as usual. And that's another
from Satai.
Straight onto the field as well.
Well, is it going to be another, I was going to say one of those days for Catalan, but another one of those days? Are they heading for a 5th defeat in 6 games. Last year, last March and April, they lost 4 out of 5, and they still went on to reach the grand final.
Oh, yeah, look, there's nothing... No trophies are handed out now in this mid-part of the season, but it does make it more difficult. Every team will have a dip, and the ball comes through O'Brien. Lamb,
this is good stuff again. Moylan inside for Hardacre. Oh, obstruction given. Chance gone for Lee. Reprieve for Catalan.
Oh, there's a bit of a set-to. Obstruction was there. Signs of frustration. Zach Hardacre refusing to let go of the ball and just having a bit of a set-to with Romano. Now, it's important that Lee keep their head in these moments. They do have the scoreboard on their side, and the egg time has been turned on Catalan Dragons. They have to find points, and they've got little over 10 minutes to do so.
We've got the obstruction. We don't need a push from you.
Yeah.
We don't need any reaction.
The clock is ticking. 10 points to 2. Is it going to be another game without a try for the Catalan Dragons? Remember, they were walloped 30 points to 2 at the Leigh Sports Village. That clock is against them. But in this second half, you have to say, Kyle, they haven't really come close. There isn't one note in my notebook about an attacking threat or getting close to a try for Catalan.
Well, it's a worrying time for them. And believe me, I've been there at times in my career where the attack hasn't quite been going, and there's always a lot of questions, a lot of conversations had internally through the week of training, and sometimes when you talk about it, more often than not, it manifests and compounds and grows into something even bigger. But the defence there from Lee, everybody working as a unit, working hard under the ball.
Well, they're going for it. Cavallo, Likarima, Farge eventually picked up by Artem Morg. Bousquet brought down. 2 tackles left in the set. Da Costa and Farge again. Is this better? Davis looking for a way through.
Just look at the shirts again, Stuart, in loop.
And there was more to cover just in case he broke through the first line of defence. A double who's been magnificent today. Farge with a kick over the top. Looks like a knock-on first by Catalan. And it will be. Another knock-on. Couldn't get hold of the ball. Good decision, Jack Smith. No arguments about that. 9 minutes to go. 10-2 Lee in front.
Oh, it's a peach of a kick from Farge, it is. Just look at in that danger area, that 3-in defender just trying to land it on his head, and plenty of shirts around.
Garcia was reaching, wasn't it?
Yeah, Garcia just desperately trying to make something happen for his side, the skipper. But there's enough bodies around there. And once again, another Stuart chance gone begging.
And there haven't been many. 8 minutes for Lee to hang on. And they're going to get a penalty, and Mona's back on the field. High tackle, high shot. I think it was from Da Costa. And they will just let the clock tick down. But this has been a top performance, make no mistake, from the Leigh Leopards. You also have to say it's been a really disappointing performance from the Catalan Dragons, but it's that old cliche, isn't it? You can only play as well as the opposition lets you.
Yeah. Well, I just think this Leigh outfit have been guided through Lamb and Moylan. You know, they've done an awful lot of good work in terms of steering them around the park, but I thought the platform was set in the opening half an hour through this man. Tom Mould has had a little breather, but his try has really been the difference between both sets of players.
Well, it is. It literally is. The only try so far has had a mistake. Holton thinks the ball was knocked down. Knock on by Frankie Holton.
It has to be now.
Or never for Catalan.
It has to be now for Catalan Dragons. It really does.
7 minutes for Lee.
Look, there's still time.
Keep them out.
There's still time. I've been here myself on both sides of the coin, and I've lost games in this position, and I've won games in this position. It's whether they can pull a rabbit out of the hat here.
Cavallo. brought down on halfway.
Move together, George. Stay.
Less than 7 minutes now. Theo Farge, a real sense of urgency about the Catalan Dragons, but no way through for Satai. Superb from Owen Trout. Play on, says the referee. Da Costa. Da Costa trying to find a way through. Good defence again. Halton it was. Bousquet. O'Donnell in there this time, along with Apape. Farge. Ikavalu. Got to score, and soon to stay in this game. Nicarima. Inside it goes for Seguier, tries to offload, all wrapped up by Tomamone. They have the piggyback of a set restart. Can they make use of it? Nicarima tries to switch play. Ben Garcia just has to plough forward.
Offload
The offload, Da Costa wasn't looking. Good job, Farge was. Well, now a chance for Seguier. They're going for it. Well, it's basketball style. Again, the ball comes out this time from Seguier. Flicked up there by Farge. Da Costa picks up the loose ball. Here is Nicarima now. They've got to have a go. They're having a go. 5 minutes left in this game. 9,500 at the Stade Gilbert Brutus. The Leaf fans preparing to celebrate. Last one, Da Costa. Here is Farge now. Is there a way through? Theo Farge, they run it. Here is Romano. Hardacre with the tackle.
Brilliant.
And Bryan goes high. Hardacre with a brilliant tackle goes low. And is that it? Is that the last chance, I wonder, for the Catalan Dragons? Are they going to be shut out? Yet again, no tries, but this time on home turf. 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, look at the players in the back play there, all on the haunches. They are working and scrambling so well as a team in league. And that's a worry. It's a worry and it's a concern for the teams that are coming up against them, because they seem to have got the bit between the teeth. That tackle there on Hardacre was brilliant from Hardacre. But within that, they've gone on and lost the ball.
They have.
But they're going to need to find some energy, some gas in these last couple of minutes.
Yeah. Owen Trout disputed the decision. 4 minutes, a little over to go, but that was a poor error from the Leopards. Ikavalu, Moylan and Lutele bring him down. Quick play the ball. Da Costa now, and Garcia, real warrior for the Dragons. Ben Garcia, their captain. Da Costa right in front of the post. Can they finally find a way through? Options on the far side for Romano.
He's
Has he dropped the ball? Has Romano dropped the ball in the act of scoring? Did it go to ground? Well, the referee, Jack Smith, is going to send this one upstairs. Romano went for the line. It looked like he lost it. And with that, Catalan lost the game. The video referee will have a look. But Romano, in the act of scoring, looks like he's lost the ball.
Well, if this is a no try, then they are some brilliant pitches. It's Gareth O'Brien again. The right hand from O'Brien. He's came up with two enormous plays in this game, Stuart, because that is a dead set certain try, but just there he loses the ball short of the line. Take a bow, Gareth O'Brien, because that is straight out of the top draw. What a brilliant individual piece of play. We so often talk about that with ball in hand, but Gareth O'Brien just came up with two absolute beauties for his side.
Well, it is going to be no try. 3.5 minutes to go. Gareth O'Brien again with the tackle. It was interesting that Jack Smith was also wondering whether there was a high shot on Romano as he was trying to score the try.
All the teams still getting it.
There's an injury on the far side as well, so play is stopped. And
It's Gareth O'Brien as
Gareth
well.
O'Brien. He's had some wretched luck with injuries. He's been an absolute hero for Lee as well.
It can be so cruel, this game. Gareth O'Brien, in the act of saving a try, is the one who comes worst off, and he signs a new one-year contract extension last week to Gareth O'Brien, and it's no wonder why at 32-year-old that Adrian Lamb has given him that, because he came up with some really good pieces of individual brilliance this afternoon defensively.
Well, the Betfred player of the match, the decision is yours, Kyle Moore. There's been a few candidates in that Lee side.
You know, sometimes it's very easy to pick this, but you know, this afternoon has been incredibly difficult. A number of different people have performed well. I just mentioned Gareth O'Brien with two important tackles, unlike what Matt Moylan and Adrian Lamb have done with ball in hand. But for me, I have to go with the guy who set the platform, the guy who scored the try that separates these two sides. 111 metres, 32 tackles, 15 carries. I think Tom Amone has been the difference right at the start of this game. I think he's been brilliant, fantastic. He's our Betfred player of the match, is Tom Amone.
Prop forward can get to a prop forward. No, I agree. I'm only joking.
No, I think
to be fair,
there's an argument for them all, right? Yeah. There really is. But I think when you come away from home and you come to a difficult place, it's so important that as a pack you start physically and you start with intent.
And he's turning out to be the match winner.
And he ended up playing 50 minutes, 40, well, maybe even 60 minutes by the end of this game, but 40 of them were straight through in that first half where they needed him more than ever.
I am joking with you. I agree with you. O'Donnell ran in close. O'Brien ran in close.
Yeah.
There's a few candidates, isn't there? But yeah, Tom Amone is our Betfred player of the match, and Lee are 3 minutes away from a huge win in terms of their season. And for Catalan, a huge defeat in terms of their season.
I actually think that there now will be question marks, eyebrows raised, and internally a few stern choice words, some home truths, because at the minute they're underperforming and you can't really argue with it. One win inside the last 6 isn't good enough for the club that spends the money that they do.
It sounds worse when you say 5 defeats in the last 6, because that's the stark truth, and it'll leave them in 6th in the table, and only a few short weeks ago they were top of the pile.
Well, they've just got to be thankful that the side that are sat underneath them are in a complete mess at the moment in the Leeds Rhinos. You know, perhaps if they'd have had their form together, Catalan Dragons crazily could have dropped out of the top 6.
Well, Lee now, they've certainly been looking at the top 6, won't they? 2 minutes to go. They have shut out the Catalan Dragons at the Stade Gilbert Brutus. What a performance from Adrian Lamb's side. Moylan watches it, Moylan takes it, Moylan on the charge, brought down by Theo Fage. Less than 2 minutes to go. Make no mistake, this has been a top performance in the Lee Leopards.
Any team that comes over to Catalan Dragons and comes away with 2 points, regardless of where the Dragons sit in the table, believe me, it's a very, very difficult place to come. You have all the excuses there ready for you if you want them. But I just think what Lee have done tonight has been exceptional. The way they turned the ball over on their terms into the corners.
Worrying times certainly for the Catalan Dragons. Effectively, Lee have played 2 whole games against them. 160 minutes against them. Pape with a kick downfield, and they haven't conceded a single try. That's phenomenal.
Nice.
Moore picks up the bouncing ball. There is the player of the match. Amone brings him down into the last minute. What a win this is going to be. 1,800 fans supporting Lille in the south of France. They will have enjoyed their weekend. They will have enjoyed their night. Their side has performed superbly. There can be no arguments. Garcia, is there going to be any consolation as Nicarima? Romano just grabs onto the ball. Johnston brought down, 20 seconds to go. Whatever happens now, they want to make sure that there's no try from the Catalan Dragons. On the bounce, Nicarima's pass picked up by Da Costa. Ikavalu. Terrific tackle again from Lachlan Lamb. Last ball, last play, Barnes goes down the side. The ball goes to ground, and that is it. That is a brilliant performance from the Lille Leopards. A crucial 2 points for Catalan. It's 5 defeats out of 6. They can have no complaints. Lille victorious. And what a win.
A huge win, a famous win as well. And the Lathers, well, they're back behind their team, loud and proud. What a fantastic trip it's been for all 1,800 of them. But the scoreboard is Lille Leopards 10 and the home team in Catalan Dragons once again can't find any points with the ball in hand. Come away with just a single solitary penalty kick.
What a performance this has been from the Lille Leopards, and we'll have reaction coming up before the end of the programme. We'll be hearing from the player of the match, Tom Amone, and also hopefully the victorious coach, Adrian Lamb. Brilliant night for Lille, thoroughly deserved. They've beaten Catalan by 10 points to 2. What a night for the Lille Leopards in the south of France. They have beaten the Catalan Dragons by 10 points to 2. They played 2 games against them this season. They scored 40 points and conceded only 2 penalties. Catalan very, very disappointing, but take nothing away from Lille. Just the one try shortly before half-time, scored by the player of the match, Tom Amone. We'll be hearing from him shortly. But Kyle Amor will take us through that second half. Brilliant defensive effort again from Lille, not a lot from Catalan, and they can have no complaints.
But it was the Catalan Dragons who defended it superbly there. It was Michael McIloram's last-ditch tackle that denied Lille what would have been a second certain try through Lachlan Lamb's intervention and Kyle Donald on the end of it. But the right knee there of McIloram just dislodges that ball and keeps the scoreboard at 8-2. And then this is what I liked. Lachie Lamb, he was taking the line on, and then when he put kicks in, but it was Bailey Sirenen this time with just a little piece of ill discipline, just couldn't resist the temptation to make sure that Lamb couldn't get through. But the ball from Matt Moylan finds its way through the posts. And then the Catalans, they did threaten Theo Fares trying to get down the short side there, but once again, the theme all afternoon, the kick just a little bit too long. Matt Moylan ushers it over, and then Ben Garcia tries his very best there just to catch the ball, but I just felt that Lille were just so good under the ball, defensively working hard for one another. They've been showing that over the last few weeks, and I bet that's what pleases Adrian Lamb the most. And this here just typified the Leopards. They were done, they were stretched. It was a certain try almost for Romano, but through the efforts of Gareth O'Brien, who came up with one right at the death on the first half on Roman Navarrete, he comes up with another huge special play to deny Catalan any kind of hope in this game. And with that, the scoreboard then finishes with the Lille side, and look at the scenes, winning 10 points to 2, Stuart.
Yes, very much back in business as far as the playoffs are concerned. Great win for Lille. They were just better throughout, weren't they? Completed sets a lot better. A lot of errors, but I just thought that throughout they were just terrific, weren't they?
Well, you just look at those, the number of errors, penalties, missed tackles, more tackles the away team. If you were reading that, you perhaps think that it was the home team that won, but their attack, Stuart, you're dead right. It just let them down. It's been non-existent. It's almost been powder puff. And that's the difference between them.
Well, the Betfred player of the match was the man who scored what turned out to be the winning try. The Leigh fans celebrate, and so will Tom Amo. He is speaking to Steve Brady.
Tom Mamona, what an incredible game with an incredible atmosphere, fantastic support. How did that feel?
It feels good, eh? You know, we've struggled this year, and I'm just grateful that the boys turned up today and we got a good result today. So
took a knock to the head there first half, Tom. I mean, is it pretty sore?
Yeah, it's Zach's head hit my head, so you know, probably get it stitched up and then we'll see from there.
Always feels a bit better when you've got the win. The preparation, the 3-4 days, do you think that helped? Being over here, acclimatising?
Yeah, I think it's been good. You know, we came here 3 days earlier just to get used to the weather here, and you know, it turned out to be good weather today, so I'm just glad we got the win.
After such a tough, challenging start to the season for the club, things seem to be turning now, a bit of buoyancy, you hear the fans singing. Can you feel that? Is there a feel-good factor back at Leigh?
You know, the best thing about this is we've got some boys coming back in the next 2 weeks, so hopefully that when we get them back, we start kicking on and hopefully have a good finish to the end of the year.
Congratulations, Betfred, man of the match. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Well, there you go. A very happy Tom Amo and a very happy set of Leigh supporters. But for Catalan, it's now 5 defeats in the last 6 games. It leaves them in 6th place. It leaves them a long, long way off where they want to be, challenging at the top of the table. So let's hear what their coach, Steve McNamara, has to say after yet another defeat.
Steve McNamara, another difficult night. We're making a habit of this now. What was the problem at the moment with Catalan Dragons and their inability to score?
Yeah, looking like we're lack a little bit of confidence in that area. It's obviously an area we've been working on. Didn't come through tuition tonight, obviously the way we trained. In terms of that, we didn't execute. Our execution was really poor. We had numerous opportunities, but you know, we've got beat 1 try to 0. You know, it's one of those games again. So, but unfortunately for us, we're on the wrong side. We need to improve quickly.
Tried to find that connection tonight with the French half-back pairing, leaving Jordan Abdul outside of the team. Didn't seem to work, Steve. Do you think you may have to dig into some resources and maybe recruit to buy into the problem here?
No, we need to get some basics right to start with. You know, our completion rate was really poor tonight. If we give ourselves a platform to find some continuity, that would have helped. And then on the back of that, you make some errors and you try and force things, and your execution was poor. So there's a number of things there, but that's certainly not the answer.
Commiserations, Steve. Thanks for talking to us.
Okay, so Steve McNamara is hugely disappointed. One man who'll be absolutely thrilled is the Leigh coach, Adrian Lamb, and he is talking to us now.
Adrian Lamb, incredible scenes here with 1,800 Leigh supporters dancing. It's almost like you've won the league and the cup and the treble. How does that feel for you as the coach?
Yeah, just obviously proud of all of our fans, and they tend to travel everywhere we go to our away games, so I'm really proud of that. And just, you know, when you play like that and defend like our team tonight, you know, we talked about the crowd and them supporting us, and we wanted to pay them back with a tough performance.
You had an incredibly challenging start to the season with a variety of things happening, but as I said prior to the game, you signed some great players for next season. You've extended yourself. This feel-good factor now is back in Leigh. Has it always been there? Is it just the catalyst today is going to change things for you?
Yeah, it's just one step at a time. Obviously, it's nice to have a tough win here today, but it's 1 week at a time. You know, we've talked about you know, when's the turning point of the season. We're at the halfway mark now, so every game's really important for us if we envisage to find our way into that 6. It's going to be a lot of hard work, and it started today. You know, it's been the last probably 7 or 8 weeks have been pretty good. So we've just got to keep improving and keep our feet on the ground and just keep working hard for each other. But if we defend like that every week, it'll give us more of a chance.
A real team performance, but Tom Amone patched up at half-time. What a tough guy. He carried you all through the game, didn't he?
Yeah, he's done that for 3 years. You know, he's I think the best prop in Super League, and you know, when he's been short a few other props this year, he's certainly carried the team on his back, and played some big minutes here today, and in hot conditions, he's just a machine. So we're proud of him. But I thought everyone did a pretty good job there to help out. We were clunky at times, but I think just our focus around that defence was super.
Congratulations. Go and celebrate with the fans.
Thank you very much.
Well, Adrian Lam, absolutely thrilled. No surprise, it's been a big night for Leigh. Let's see what it does to the table. It puts them back in contention. They've still got some work to do. They've got that game in hand away, of course, next month against Wigan. But Catalan now 6 points adrift of the top of the table. If St Helens beat London on Sunday, they will join Wigan on 22 points at the top. Hull FC with their big win on Saturday over Leeds, their second win of the season, and of course leaves London on the bottom. So let's have a look at what's coming up in round 15. Every game, of course, live on Sky Sports. All starting with Cass against Hull KR on Thursday on Sky Sports Action. An emotional night, of course, at Headingley. Leeds playing their first home game since the sad passing of Rob Burrow against Leigh. Also on Friday, Wigan taking on London. Two big games on Saturday. Hull face Warrington, and Catalan looking to put right the wrongs of tonight at home to Huddersfield. And next Sunday, again on Sky Sports Action at 3 o'clock at Salford against Saints. Well, that's just about it from Kyle Amor and myself live on Sky Sports. We've got some other sport, big sport coming up this weekend. In the early hours, Australia against Scotland. Depending on what England do against Namibia, Scotland may still qualify for the Super 8. Sky Sports cricket and main event, 1 o'clock on Sunday morning. And of course, it's a huge weekend for golf fans. The final round of the US Open on Sky Sports Golf and Sky Sports main event. Can Rory McIlroy finally end his drought? We shall see. That's coming up on Sky Sports Golf, Sky Sports main event on Sunday. Well, from us and from Perpignan, it's a good night. But don't forget to join us, please, next Friday at 7 o'clock on Sky Sports Action for Rob Burrows 7. A moving tribute, which will be followed, of course, by the Leeds against Leigh match. Good night.